Did you know that Jochebed, Moses' mother, played a crucial role in saving his life by hiding him in a basket on the Nile? Her bravery not only protected him but ultimately set the stage for an entire nation's liberation. In this video, you'll meet Jochebed, a remarkable woman whose courage and faith played a pivotal role in shaping biblical history. She's often overlooked, but her story is nothing short of amazing. Jochebed's bravery, creativity, and unwavering trust in God inspired a nation and changed the course of history. Let's dive into her incredible journey and explore what made her so remarkable. Jochebed lived in a time of great turmoil, when the Israelites were struggling under the harsh rule of the Egyptians. As a Hebrew woman, she faced unbelievable hardships, from forced labor to the loss of her sons. Can you imagine living in a society where your children were seen as a threat to the ruling class? Where the very existence of your people was at risk of being erased? That was Jochebed's reality. Despite the danger, Jochebed refused to give up. She held on to her faith, and it was this faith that gave her the strength to take a stand against the oppressive Pharaoh. Explore the challenges Jochebed faced as a Hebrew woman in Egypt, including the oppressive Pharaoh's decree to kill Hebrew infants. The Egyptians saw the Hebrews as a threat to their power and sought to control their population growth. This decree was a death sentence for Jochebed's people, and she knew she had to act fast. Jochebed must have felt like she was living in a nightmare. The Pharaoh's soldiers were constantly on the lookout for Hebrew babies, snatching them from their mother's arms and throwing them into the Nile River. It was a time of unimaginable fear and uncertainty. How could Jochebed protect her newborn son, Moses, from this cruel fate? As a mother, Jochebed was consumed by the desire to keep her child safe. She knew she had to come up with a plan, and fast. The clock was ticking, and every minute counted. Would she be able to outsmart the Egyptians and save her precious son? Imagine the desperation Jochebed must have felt as she frantically searched for a solution. Would she be able to find a way to keep Moses safe, or would she be forced to surrender him to the merciless Pharaoh? The stakes were incredibly high, and Jochebed's heart must have been racing with every passing moment. One wrong move, one misstep, could mean certain death for her son. The weight of responsibility was crushing her, and yet, she refused to give up. As a Hebrew woman, Jochebed was no stranger to hardship. She had already lost sons to the Pharaoh's cruelty. The thought of losing Moses too was unbearable. She knew she had to think on her feet and come up with a plan that would keep her son safe. Jochebed's situation was dire, but she refused to let fear consume her. Instead, she chose to trust in God, believing that He would guide her and protect her child. This faith gave her the strength to take a bold step, one that would change the course of history. Delve into Jochebed's story, her clever plan to save Moses, and the significance of her actions in the larger narrative of Exodus. Jochebed's plan was nothing short of genius. She took a basket, waterproofed it with tar and pitch, and gently placed Moses inside. Then, she placed the basket in the Nile River, where it would be swept away from the prying eyes of the Egyptians. Jochebed's actions were a testament to her faith and trust in God. She knew that she couldn't do it alone, and so she entrusted her son's life to the Almighty. It was a bold move, one that required unwavering trust. As the basket floated down the Nile, Jochebed's heart must have been filled with a mix of emotions, fear, hope, and uncertainty. Would her plan work, or would Moses be discovered and killed? The fate of her son hung in the balance, and Jochebed was powerless to do anything but wait. Wait and trust that God would intervene on behalf of her child. Jochebed's bravery was not limited to her plan to save Moses. She also took a stand against the Pharaoh's oppression, refusing to bow down to his cruel decrees. Her actions inspired a generation of Hebrews to stand up for their rights and fight for their freedom. Highlight the moment Jochebed places Moses in the Nile River, a decision that would change the course of history and lead to the liberation of the Israelites. Jochebed's selfless act sparked a chain reaction of events that would ultimately lead to the Exodus. As Jochebed placed Moses in the Nile, she set in motion a series of events that would shake the foundations of Egyptian society. Her bravery inspired others to take a stand, to demand freedom and justice. Jochebed's actions had far-reaching consequences, ones that would echo throughout the centuries. She became a symbol of hope, a beacon of light in the darkest of times. Recap Jochebed's bravery and the impact of her legacy, emphasizing the importance of her role in Moses' life and the Exodus story. Jochebed's story is a testament to the power of faith, courage, and determination. She faced impossible odds and came out victorious, inspiring a generation of Hebrews to fight for their freedom. Jochebed's bravery continues to inspire us today, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. Her legacy is a powerful reminder of the impact one person can have on the course of history. If you found Jochebed's story inspiring, make sure to check out our other videos on biblical figures and share your thoughts in the comments below.